It's the early way, yeah. 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 What's up? I'm Early Earl. I think y'all for hitting these YouTube streets and coming on down here to the early way. I'm coming at y'all with another review, and this is for NowThatsTv Season 3, Episode 5, Let the Games Begin. Let the games begin. So we open the show with Rose. She upset, pushing on security and slapping the cameras back and telling them to get the cameras up out her face because her eye ain't never looked like I was looking before in her life. It ain't never looked like I was looking right now. She tells security, how y'all let Ari get her on the ground and she the host? And I'm like, Rose, you let yourself hit the floor on that one. And it's because you always inserting yourself in the fights. If you stayed out of it and let Ari be, and, you know, acting like the host, you wouldn't be in this predicament. Your eye would be open right now. You wouldn't be running around the house looking how you licking. You know, you'll be cool, couple steady like everybody else. Coco jumps in her confessional and say, Rose, I was fucked up. And it shocked her because Rose had knives and stuff. So y'all remember last episode, when Rose busted in the room looking for Ari, she had something in her hand, and I couldn't tell what it was. Ari said she had knives or whatever in her hand. So, Rose, you was really trying to gut that girl like a fish. You was really trying to gut that girl like a fish. And if you was, you need to be off this fucking show because you taking it to the extreme. All them hoes on NowThatsTV be battered and bruised, busted and looking disgusted, and they don't pick up knives to try to gut somebody like a fish. So why you was? You need to be up off this show if that was what you was doing. That's crazy. Coco said she had to run in the closet because she was so scared. Like, ooh, I'm so scared. She said she feared for her life with Rose running around that house with knives. And I'm like, Rose, sometimes you need to take a back seat or just chill out. Everything, you don't need to be involved in everything. That's the thing. You feel like you got to be involved and you don't. After that, everybody except for Rose, they head to the forest, the trees, the woods, the jungle, wherever they at. They head into the forest, the trees, the woods, the jungle to get ready for the challenge. And we didn't see Rose for the rest of the episode. So she back at the house putting ice on that eye. So the name of the challenge was the Tree Trunk Challenge. And it's like an obstacle course, but it's in the air. Everybody would be in the harness. They would begin at the starting post, and from that post, they have to cross over to the next post by using the swinging ropes. Once they get there, they have to unhook the latches from their harness and pull the rope over to them, and they have to swing from that rope over to the rope wall. Once they get to the rope wall, they have to move over from the rope wall to the last post, which is the finish line. Whoever makes it there first wins the game. So, you know, they also got flags attached to the rope wall, but it's on the opposite direction of the finish line. So you have to be fast enough to move over, to grab the flag, to move back over to the finish line in order to win. It's possible to happen. So whoever get a flag it will probably keep you safe from elimination, they say. We don't know if it's true or not, but that's what Nina say. It can help you during elimination. Nina lets everybody know the rules of the game, and she also let everybody know that Nova, who is an Aquarius, and this is the first time we meet in Nova, he's popping up on our screen for the very first time. Nina lets her know that he won't be participating in the game because he's overweight. So he's a big one. And since he's too big to fit in the harness, he can't be hosted up in the air. And I'm like, oh. He jumps in his confession and says this is the first challenge where everybody, you know, is able to show their strength or their weaknesses, and he can't do either because they handed him the handicap sticker. So, you know, Nina also lets everybody know that the winners of the game will be getting $2,500 if they win the Tree Trunk Challenge. I'm like, that's good. They giving out some dollars. Verna Ari went up first. Verna hops in her confession and says that her weakness is running and climbing. If she ain't eating or fighting, then she can't do it. And I'm like, she probably right because she did lose. Ari whooped the ass in the challenge and won. Pootie and Vay went up next. Pootie got stuck trying to unhook himself at the first post, which made Vay take the lead, and Vay won. Why I call the man Venom? Vay ends up winning. Pound Cake and Chosen, and this is the first time we meet Chosen. Chosen is a tourist, and he said he's scared of heights, but he's ready for the challenge. And I'm like, okay, let's see what you buy. They go with it. It was close, but Pound Cake took the W. Pound Cake whooping their ass. You see, she whooped their ass in that 4-man tug of war, and which they made a 2-man tug of war. She whooped their ass, and she taking this W too. Shout out to Pound Cake. And Nina called her a white girl. Pound Cake said she big. So Nina, what you talking about? You don't know your cast? Dion and Danny went up next. Dion got stuck on the zip line crossing over to the rope wall, and Danny ends up winning. Dion was stuck hanging in the air. Nykiss and Man went up next. Nykiss got tangled up like Pootie trying to unhook himself, and Man ends up winning. He was the first one to grab a flag, so since Nykiss was over there tangled up, he took his chances and grabbed the flag and made it to the finish line, and he won. Becca and J. Marie went up next. Becca, ends up winning. She grabbed the flag as well because J. Marie ends up getting stuck trying to unhook herself on the second post. Everybody gets stuck on that second post for some reason, except for Coco, y'all. Coco and Jamar, they go up next. Jamar, won, and he got the flag and beat Coco because Coco got stuck on the swinging steps. Like, Coco, you doing all that yipping and yapping at Nykiss, but when it's time for you to go up, you get stuck on the swinging steps. Nykiss got stuck on the second post. Your ass get stuck on the first one. Tough. Bobo and Jay went up next. Bobo ends up winning. Beauty, and this is the first time we're meeting Beauty. She's a Sagittarius, and Beauty is pretty. She's beautiful. I'm like, Beauty, why are you playing the background? Come up front, let your face be seen. Show these hoes what you're really working with. I promise you will steal the screen if you show up next to some of these other hoes on the screen. But Beauty and Bully, they was the last to go, and Beauty ends up winning. At the end, it was a tie between the air and fire sign, with them having the same amount of wins during the challenge. So to break the tie, they had 10 seconds to choose who would be going up again. Dion from the fire sign, they chose Dion to go up first, only for him to redeem himself, because y'all know he got stuck on stuck in the air. So they wanted him to redeem himself. And Jamar from the air signs, he went up. They chose him to go up. So they both went up, they went at it, and it was close, but Dion ends up winning. After the challenge, everybody head back to the house to get ready for eliminations. So back at the house, y'all, Pootie and Dion, they out back on the balcony, they smoking and talking, and, they chilling. And they talking about how, they got in a fight on their first day and how they both want to be cool with each other. And Dion was like, well, we fought, but then in the conference room, we apologized and we supposed to have moved on. But once we got in the house, Pootie, you jumped on me. Pootie talking about, you see this? He showed a scratch on his face. You see this? He couldn't let that scratch go. So he said that's why he attacked Dion. He said he could be cool with somebody for 10 days straight, and on that 10th day, he gonna jump on him because he feel the way. I'm like, Pootie, you can't do that. That's what it shows that Pootie is a young N-I-G-G-A. To put it lightly, Pootie is a young N-I-G-G-A that's just want to be seen and want to be heard. And he don't got to do all of that to be seen and heard. In my opinion, Pootie, sit the fuck down somewhere. So, out on the balcony, they got some of the castmates out there with them too, Jay being one of them. So, Pootie get off Dion and directs his attention to Jay and was like, we didn't talk about this, Jay, but you said you was going to beat my ass when I got back in the house. And Jay was like, we already talked about that. Pootie said, no, we didn't. Jay said, yes, we did, but if we was going to fight, we would have fought already. There's no real issue. And I'm looking like, it ain't no real issue. Pootie just grasping at the air at this point, grasping at straws, trying to pull an issue out of nowhere. Pootie, sit the fuck down. Because if you really wanted to fight Jay, you would have been fought Jay just like you jumped on Dion. If you really wanted to fight that man, you would have jumped on him. So Pootie asked Jay, do you feel like you can beat me? And Jay said, ain't nobody whooping him. And I'm like, Jay, that's the wrong answer. You should have told Pootie, yeah, I feel like you can whoop me because you can't whoop my ass. So of course I feel like I can whoop you. And then maybe I would have fought there and ended this situation here because it looked like you said, ain't no real issue. Pootie want an issue, so give him that issue. Whoop his ass so he can be quiet. Pootie was getting on my nerve. So, you know, Pootie was like, "Bye, we'll handle this later." And he walked back inside the house. He was over it. So downstairs, we got everybody else chilling, right? Coco down there all dolled up. She got her makeup done. She got her wig laid. She looking cute. You know how she said cute, Q-U-R-T-E. She don't say Q-U-T-E, cute. She said cute. So she said she got her custom fit on and she looking cute. And then you hear my kiss Papa shit in the background, Papa her shit loud. Next thing you know, she step up to Coco and they get to fighting. And that was the end of the episode. That was the end of the episode of Zodiac House Season 3, Episode 5. It was a good episode. It was decent. And that's all I got to say. I thank y'all for tuning in to the early way. If you haven't, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to catch y'all next time.